Phil M. Jones is a best-selling author of exactly what to say, exactly how to sell, and exactly where to start. He had his first business at just age 14 and is the youngest recipient of the British Excellence in Sales and Marketing Award. To date, over 2 million people in 57 different countries have benefited from his lesson. And as a result, they now know exactly what to say, when to say it, and exactly how to make more of their conversations count. Central Region DECA, give it up for your keynote speaker and best-selling author, Phil Jones.
You ever sat in a session like this before where you thought, I know what I need to do is I need to take notes. I need to write all of these things down. Have you done that? Some say this, some say no. I'm going to let you know for the next 43 minutes, I want you to treat this as a workshop. Clue in the title is that we're going to need to do some work, but wait a second. When you've been in a workshop, have you had a workbook before? Some of you say yes. See, the workbook that you had at the workshop, what did you do with the workbook following the workshop? I know. See, I know what you did with it. Said thing never saw the light of day again. See, it found a shelf back in your room. It found a place in a bag somewhere. Never did it be revisited for you to be able to drive out new actions. So, ladies and gents, I want you to write nothing down today. Nothing whatsoever. Unless you're going to do something with it. I remember my mum saying to me, Phil, you should go. It'll make me so proud if you go to university. I said, Mum, what if I could go get a big job? The kind of job you could only get with a great degree. Would that make you proud? And she told me it couldn't be done. 3 weeks later, I proved her wrong. At 18 years of age, I became the youngest ever sales manager for a business called Debenhams Department Stores. It's like a Macy's group. And there's a beautiful thing about being in a senior leadership position at the age of 18. Because at 18 years of age, you do not know what you do not know. So when it comes to being able to get the job done, what I'd do is I'd follow the tried, tested, and proven principles laid down by other people who've been successful before me. I'd get great results. And bosses would say to me, Phil, how do you do it? I said, it's pretty straightforward. I said, we do the basics to a high standard consistently. They said, is there anything else to it? I said, not much. What I then did, which many of you will find when you climb the corporate ladder, is I then hit one of those glass ceilings where the only way I could get the next job is if the person above me left or died. This guy was in great shape. Realizing it was time for a change, I got an inbound phone call from a guy called Lord Graham Kirkham. Invited me to take a role at the largest independent furniture retail business in the UK. I was in my early 20s. They didn't recruit salespeople under the age of 25. I had a mountain to climb in terms of the way people thought of me at the front end as a leader. And I had to go out and earn and win the respect by showing them what I could achieve. In my time there, we were involved in turning around broken stores. Stores that used to turn over 6, 7, 8 million, dropped down to 3 or 4. Stores that used to turn over 12, 15 million, dropped down to 11. I had to turn them around, whip smart, and we did it everywhere we went. 6 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks, stores back hitting heyday figures. Bosses say, Phil, how do you do it? I said, it's pretty straightforward. We do the basics to a high standard consistently. They said, is there anything else? I said, maybe a few sprinkles of magic. They said, what's all that stuff? Can you write it down? And it was at that point I caught my bug for training. I really quickly realized I got far more personal satisfaction seeing huge success through others than I ever could through doing it all by myself. But then what happened was I got sick. I got sick of working every Saturday, every Sunday, every public holiday, 14 days straight following Christmas, averaged around 80 hours a week. In fact, the only people I saw that I cared about, they were my customers. Realizing it was time for a change, I got a phone call from a lady called Karen Brady. Now, in my country, Karen Brady calling is a pretty cool thing. CEO of a Premier League soccer club, not only that, the face of the TV show The Apprentice. So when you get a call from someone like that, you stand up and pay attention. She offered me the role of commercial director, head of retail at the soccer club. In my time there, we trebled the size of the retail operation. Secured the largest shirt sponsorship deal the club had ever had. Went from there, worked with a Russian billionaire in Leicester, at Leicester City Football Club, a guy called Milan Mandaric, achieved the same in 3 short months. Then built a property business that turned over £240 million at its peak on a sales team of 5. That brings us through to 2008. In 2008, the world changed a touch. Probably when you guys found out you were awesome, but also at the same time, something else happened in 2008. The world went through a financial crisis. My business that was great on a Monday had a product we couldn't give away on a Friday. We had to bring that business down. Some things needed to change. What needed to change? Well, what I needed to do was to find out what I wanted to do next. While I was figuring out what I wanted to do next, what would happen is organizations like chambers of commerce, business networking organizations would invite me in to speak. And that's what I started to do. I started to deliver workshops to non-salespeople, learning how they could sell more effectively. I helped small business owners turn things around, traded out of recession, got them back up on their feet, and you know what? I started to enjoy it. 11 years past that point, my business is a little bit different. So I now have been doing this 11 years. I've written 5 best-selling books, spoken on 57 different countries, 5 different continents, reached over 2 million people, but none of that matters to you guys. Because what I realized in all of those things that I've done, and I haven't shared to impress with you, but really to let you know that I'm coming from a piece of experience, and I get what it's like to be sat in shoes like yours. I'm sharing that information with you to know that I only got good at 3 things in all of that time. And they're the same 3 things that I'm good at right now. 1 is acquiring more customers. 2 is getting them to come back more often. And 3 is getting them to spend more money when they shop. They're the only 3 things that I'm any good at in life. And I found out that if you can get good at those 3 things, you can go on to live a fairly abundant life. Information in the form of stories is how people learn best. Why? Because stories create memories. Memories create recall. That allows you to be able to lean on that information when you need it most. So that would mean if we want other people to learn quickest, we could tell them stories. But we could tell them stories in a format that would allow them to be able to see themselves in the future with something they wanted to move towards or something they wanted to move away from. See, how did a child know that a story was coming? What were the precise words that came out of the mouth? Once upon a time. See, we knew that. Once upon a time would be the trigger. You hear once upon a time, you go, this is going to be good. Right? Get all comfy. Mine opens up. Instagram viewer says, send me images, send me images, send me images. I'm going to recall these. Yes? So what we need to be able to do is to insert images into other people's minds. We cannot use once upon a time when we're talking to grown-ups. But what we can use is a sequence of magic words that works in the exact same way. We can utilize the words, just imagine. See, if I want somebody to see something, I could say, just imagine, insert blank. What can I do? I can now use the tools of motivation of something that I might want to move towards. Hey, just imagine if I was to take this off your hands, the amount of extra time that you might have. Hey, just imagine if you fail to give this attention, what it might mean to your organization, to your business. Just imagine if you don't do this extra work, what the consequences could be to your business. Can you see what we can do with the words just imagine, where what we don't do is tell anybody anything, we ask them to see it for themselves. Make sense? See, what you can do now is that you can ask other people in your pitches, in your presentations, when you're communicating with others, to see what you're saying, as opposed to hear what you're saying. Has anybody got a pen with them today? Can I borrow your pen? Your name, sir, is? Andrew, this is your pen. Andrew, if this is your pen and it's chucked on the table at a yard sale, how much is the pen?
I can sell for how much I want.
How much is the pen at the yard sale? Give me a number, people. It's like not a lot of money, is it? What if I take the exact same pen and I put it in a stand? Stand is made of acrylic and there are 12 identical pens alongside it. Acrylic stand in the adjacent compartments has other pens by the same manufacturer. Let's call them the brothers, the sisters, the nephews, the cousins of the same pen. Manufacturer's name is across the top of the acrylic stand. Acrylic stand sits on the counter of a mid-priced department store like a Macy's. How much is the pen? More, right? It's the same pen. So let me just test this one stage further. What if I take this young man's pen and I lay it down on its side and I put it in a box and the box is made of mahogany? Mahogany box is velvet lined. So I have a pen in a mahogany box that's velvet lined. This sits in a cabinet. Cabinet is made of glass. Glass cabinet has spot lit. So pen in a mahogany box, velvet lined, in a cabinet made of glass. Glass cabinet is spot lit. This too sits in a department store. Not just any department store. This department store is in London. Not just anywhere in London, it's in Knightsbridge. Store in question is called Harrods. So I have a pen in a mahogany box that's velvet lined, sits in a cabinet, cabinet's made of glass cabinet is spot lit, sits in a department store, not just any department store's in London, not anywhere in London, it's in Knightsbridge, the store is called Harrods. And to get to the pen, I need to speak to a member of staff. Member of staff is wearing a black tuxedo, has white gloves on. His name, Pierre. How much is the pen? It is the same pen. I do not know a better way of explaining to you people that in every single industry, in every single sector, there are people selling what seems to be the exact same thing for demonstrably different pricing. What is the difference in those three examples? All of the things that you're mentioning are true. It is everything that sits around the thing that is the difference. Everything that sits around it. See, it's never the thing that's worth the money, it's all the stuff that goes alongside it. What do I ask you to think when I share that point with you is, what is your value? What are you worth? What is all the stuff that goes with you? What are all the things that go alongside you? How well can you articulate the difference of what it is between you and the guy next to you? How well can you differentiate the difference between your idea and the next guy's idea? Because I promise you this, it's in those marginal differences where winning and failing looks different. And you get to choose. Now, I promised that I would throw information at you that was like drinking. That's like worth $50,000 right now, so sell that at the break.
Now, Mr. Jones. Now, you may know exactly what to say, but I think I have a way, might trip you up a little bit. Nick, how do you think you can handle DECA roleplay?
I don't know. CR, do you guys think you can handle a DECA roleplay? Phil, you game?
I'll play.
You have 1 minute to prepare, 2 minutes to present.
Okay.
Ready for it?
I don't know what it is, but I'll give my best.
He has never seen this, by the way.
All right, your
Okay,
time
so what have I got
starts
here?
now.
I probably should read this aloud so they know what's going on, right? Okay, you are to assume the role of manager in the Precision Auto Repair and Auto Repair Service Center. The owner, Judge, is that you? Was asked to help in the creating of a marketing plan for the business's grand opening to the general public. Precision Auto Repair has been in business for over a decade, but instead of servicing vehicles from the community, it's been in the exclusive partnership with First Insurance, an agency that insures personal vehicles for policyholders. Instead of building a customer base of walk-ins from the community, Precision Auto Repair repairs vehicles for First Insurance policyholders that have been involved in an accident and need repairs. Precision Auto Repair has one large location in a city with 100,000 residents. The location has 6 repair bays and a large lobby with waiting area, and a national car rental company operates counter service inside the shop's lobby. The car rental company provides exceptional service to First Insurance customers and that have had an auto repair, and will take longer tthan 24 hours with policies that allow a rental car. The partnership with First Insurance has kept Precision Auto Repair with steady business for the past decade, yada, yada, yada. Precision Auto Repair's work is so trusted that First Insurance backs it with a 100% guarantee. Due to the increase in First Insurance's clients, the insurance company has decided to add another repair shop to the partnership, allowing Precision Auto Repair too. Blah, 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 blah. Because auto repair chain will be opening in a location in the city just 1 month off. The owner of Precision Auto Repair wants you to help create a marketing plan for the grand opening of Precision Auto Repair to the general public. The owner wants you to consider marketing strategies and the timing of the opening with the opening of the national chain and the competitive advantage of Precision Auto Repair. You will present your marketing plan to the owner in a role play to take place in the owner's office. The owner will begin the role play by greeting you and asking to hear your ideas. Okay, what am I being asked to do here? Precision Auto Repair, 100,000 residents.
All right. Hi, I'm your judge. Nice to meet you.
Hello, pleasure to meet you.
You as well.
So heard
Are you the judge? Are you the
We
judge?
are.
This is one judge.
One judge. Yes, so we heard you had a marketing plan.
Yeah, I got a number of marketing ideas. In fact, what we came up with is something like a dozen. And I think what we need to do is to check out on what the priorities are of the organization. But what we're looking at is we're looking at a quick marketing plan that could allow us to be able to get launched in as little as 3 weeks, or we're looking at something that we could really raise the roof and do that in 12 months. Between those two options, which one suits you best?
About the quicker one.
Okay, well, if we're going to get moving in as little as 3 weeks, what we need to do is we need to leverage the existing relationships that we have. And what we have is we have a loyal database of 100,000 clients that we've worked with through the past. And my certainty is that their reputation or the words that they have about us and the great work that we've done will be super valuable in us launching into the new community. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to collect some testimonials from the people that we've worked with in the past and then leverage those testimonials through email marketing and through a YouTube video campaign that we then push out to that existing database, hoping that to be able to move out from there. But we say that we have a date in mind. What I have learned through research is that a Friday is going to be a better day for launching, because on Thursdays what happens is more people crash their car, and in a 24-hour window we want to be making sure that we have plenty of cars and plenty of happy smiling faces.
He has not seen this
He
yet.
did not see it. He did not see
He
it.
did not see it.
He did not see this. DECA was that worth a medal. Was that worth a medal, DECA? We'd like to congratulate you. Ladies and gentlemen, Phil Jones.